Policeman who fatally shot Rayshard Brooks is back on the job. The Atlanta Civil Service Board reversing the firing of Officer Garrett Rolfe.
Rayshard Brooks was shot and killed last June in the parking lot of an Atlanta Wendy's. Dash cam and body camera video showed that what Brooks appeared to be cooperative as police questioned him in the drive-thru. Eventually, officers tried to arrest him, and during a struggle, Brooks grabbed a stun gun, fired it at officers, and that's when he was shot by Rolfe. The shooting prompted weeks of violent protest, and that Wendy's was burned to the ground.
CBS 46's Adam Murphy is live in Atlanta following this story for us tonight. And Adam, Officer Rolfe is back on the job, but he's not out on the streets, right?
That's correct, Rick. Due to the fact that he still has outstanding charges against him, including murder, that are pending in this case, he will automatically be placed on administrative leave and may receive some back pay. Now, this is where the shooting happened almost a year ago, right here off University Avenue, where Rayshard Brooks was killed at a Wendy's restaurant that once stood here. Nearly 1 year after the deadly shooting of Rayshard Brooks captured the attention of the world, the officer charged with his killing is back on the job.
Right now, Officer Rolfe has received more justice than the family of Rayshard Brooks.
Attorneys for the Brooks family blasted Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms and the police department for failing to follow protocol when firing Officer Garrett Rolfe last June.
I do not believe that this was a justified use of deadly force and have called for the immediate termination of the officer.
But we find it mind-boggling that our elected officials and the former chief weren't aware of the proper procedure to fire an officer. So now it is questions of, was that done to temporarily pacify the protesters and the people around the world that were upset?
2 weeks ago, Officer Rolfe appealed the city's decision to fire him, arguing that he used deadly force within the scope and course of his duties in response to Brooks' violent, unlawful, aggressive resistance to a lawful arrest. On Tuesday, the Atlanta Civil Service Board reinstated Rolfe. The mayor responded, saying, quote, "Given the volatile state of our city and nation last summer, the decision to terminate this officer after he fatally shot Mr. Brooks in the back was the right thing to do."
It is sad for the family because they know that the person who killed their loved one is out on the street. There's been no adjudication of his guilt, and he's there working still. I think he's going to receive back pay, and their loved one's still gone, and they have no resolution.
And back live here at the scene of where this fatal shooting happened, the Wendy's was demolished after protesters burned it to the ground. A fence surrounds the property today, and all is quiet in this area for now, but we have learned of a protest this hour outside City Hall. We're going to monitor that, and we'll have more on this developing story next hour. Live in Atlanta, Adam Murphy, CBS 46 News.
And Adam, we do want to go to that protest. It's breaking